this thing is, it's beautiful. Hey, I'm just going to take a minute because I wanted to do a review of my Plunge. It's my new refrigerated tub to do the cold baths, Wim Hof method, and that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm gonna take you outside on my lanai. I'm here in Hawaii on the island of Maui, where, you know, a lot of people that do the Wim Hof, they just go out and chop a hole in the ice, you know, but no ice to be found here. But anyway, I'm going to take you on do a little review of this tub. So let's go. There it is. One thing I liked about this tub over some of the other ones that I saw out there that were much more expensive is just the nice clean look, and I'm able to set it up outside. So yeah, let's see here. I worked my way down to the coldest setting, so it's set at 39 degrees, so pretty cold. And with that moving water, it even feels colder. You know, I did my last bath in my stock tank before I got this was at 32.3 degrees, and this 39 degrees with this moving water definitely feels much colder. Well, the first thing that I wanted to talk about before I got going with the review of this tub is why I wanted an ice tub in the first place. You know, I tried to hike the Arizona Trail back in March, and man, I had a terrible time. I trained here on Maui, walking like 6 or 7 miles a day, and you know, trying to stay relatively fit, but I was carrying way too much weight. I was probably what I claimed on my videos that I posted on the Arizona Trail was that I was needed to lose 40 pounds. Well, I actually needed to lose more than that, so I'm down over 50 now, and part of my focus was to get fit and healthy, you know, with all this COVID and everything else, and I wanted to work on my things that were beneficial to my immune system and for my general health. And you know, I'm 67 years old, and you know, it's just I just needed to focus on my health a little bit. So anyway, I saw a YouTube thing of Rhonda Patrick. She was addressing this biohackers conference in the Netherlands, and her speech was about sauna and cold therapy. Anyway, and it just hit me that it was, you know, I believed it. It felt right. So I've been doing daily sauna, and I bought a stock tank, a Rubbermaid 150-gallon stock tank, and started doing ice baths. Well, it didn't take me long before I realized that hauling, if I was going to do it on a regular basis, hauling ice over here on Maui for all the ice baths that I wanted to do every day was just not practical at all. So anyway, I decided to look into a refrigerated tank. It looked, some people convert freezers, but mine needed to be outside, would be exposed to the weather, and I just couldn't see, a freezer wouldn't work for that. And some of the other refrigerated things didn't look like they would be too good outside, and besides that, they were like $8,000–9,000. Anyway, I came across this one, which is the Plunge, and I decided to investigate that. Well, again, back to the why the ice is that, as I was studying the science behind it, man, you get in that ice bath, you get this boost of this chemical norepinephrine, which is kind of a feel-good natural high that you get. And man, I can tell you that it really works. You get that shot of that norepinephrine, you just walk out of that ice bath smiling. That ice therapy boosts your immune system. It boosts metabolism, which, I'm still trying to lose a little bit more weight. And it improves your circulation, which is, always important. So anyway, I decided it was worth it to me to get one of those ice bath refrigerated. So anyway, the reason I chose Plunge is, first of all, it's very simple design. I like the clean look. Works well outside. It has circulating water. It has a pump, and it pulls that water through a 5-micron filter. It also has UV sanitation and ozone. And it gets the water down to 39 degrees, which with that moving water, it's kind of like wind chill, when it's still and the temperature's like 32, that's one thing. But if it's 32 and the wind's blowing, they have that wind chill factor, which actually feels a lot colder. And that's the same way with this water. That 39 degrees feels very cold. But anyway, hookup was super easy. I had it delivered, and over here in Hawaii, you don't get quite the same white glove delivery service that you do on the mainland. So they dropped it out front, and so me and my son were able to carry it in. So it wasn't that bad. It was, I could handle it, and setup was quick. You just have to, hook up a couple of the hoses and plug it in, basically, and super easy. And then so it got down to temperature that I had. I didn't start it at 39. I started like 59 and then worked my way down just to see how it was. But oh yeah, it is so much more convenient. I can go out in the morning and pull back the top and just do a quick 3 to 5 minute plunge in the morning, cover it back up, and it's just super easy. And I don't have too many complaints about it. No real complaints. Nothing that would have deterred me from buying it. There are a couple things that I'd recommend on it. I got some pipe insulation and I put it on the tubes to eliminate some of the condensate that I get. Quite a bit of condensate over here. And also that cover that covers up the controls, it's made with these little magnets that are like, I don't know if the little thing is like glued on or epoxied on, but as soon as I took it off the first time, all the magnets were stuck on the base that they adhere to, and not to the cover. So I did a little hack there where I put them back where they were supposed to go, and then I covered them up with this Gorilla tape, and now it's working fine. I can take that off and they stay in place. And so the chiller is very quiet, so I'm right here by it. It's just not all that loud. See, it'll vary a couple of degrees. When it gets like 1 or 2 degrees above what it's set at, then the chiller kicks on. Very easy to set. You just hit the set button and then adjust it up or down, whatever you want, and then hit the set button again. And you keep this boost function on there the whole time. But yeah, it works really good. And then that's the hack that I have, where I insulated those tubes so that they don't condensate so much. I do keep I let this little thermometer float around in there, so right now it's well, 38.9, 38.6. Yeah, nice and cold. So anyway, I paid full price for this thing. I'm not sponsored. I'm not an affiliate. Although I wish they'd make me one. I could praise the good points of this tub all day. But anyway, I just thought I'd put out something so that you could see a product out there that man, is available. And that cold therapy is a good thing, and I can see that this is like one of the easiest and nicest ways to get into it. Oh, here's another hack that I did, is that you have to plug, it comes with a 15-foot extension cord, and so I've covered it with this little cord cover so that you don't step on it, or if you roll something across it, it doesn't wreck the cord. But, yeah, very happy with my purchase. So there's one more thing that during setup that I would have done differently, is that I was in such a hurry to get it set up that I didn't check whether it was level. See, this slab that I had poured while I was waiting for this to come, it has some slope away from the house, and it looks flat, but it actually does have a slope to it. So when I set it up and filled it with water and then get in, shoot, it was almost overflowing on one side, and I had like 1.5 inches or whatever on the other. So I had to, after I used it for a couple of weeks, I drained it, which was pretty easy. Drains relatively fast, not as fast as my stock tank, but it drains pretty fast. So I drained it, and it was pretty easy to turn over on its side. I just put a little moving blanket down on the concrete and put it over on the side, and there are some adjustable legs down there. So I took a minute, and I had to go back and forth a couple times before I got it the way I want it. But now the water's level, and it's the same distance on both sides, and so it's good. I refilled it, and cleaned it while I had it empty. Cleaned it really good, and refilled it. You have a filter that you put on the end of your hose that pre-filters the water, and then there's some treatment that you put into it, and it's like healthy stuff. It's just very similar to like hydrogen peroxide and baking soda. It doesn't say that, but that's a kind of about what it is. But anyway, so I got the water all treated and put back together, and set the temperature clear down to 39, and that's where I am now. But yeah, that's another thing I'd recommend when you set the tub up. Don't be in too big a hurry. Just put a level on it and just make sure that it's the way you want it. So a little later, I plan on getting back in. I got in first thing this morning, but I'll film my dip this afternoon. I kind of like to do it when I'm home on the weekends, to do it at around 2:30 or 3. That's where I can lay out in the sun and then just hop in and all right, here we go with the Afternoon plunge. Oh, right when I get in, the cloud goes in front of the sun. Ooh, 37.6. Oh, that's beautiful.